So guys, I've recorded this video several times, right? And I have concluded that I have ranted, and some things I don't even want to say anymore. So I'm just gonna address some facts. I'll just tell you a story. I'll tell you a story about my skin, about something that happened to me when I was okay. I'll tell you a story about an ex-boyfriend. Okay. Once upon a time, I had this boyfriend, and he was, long story short, he was very abusive. I mean, I was with him for like just over a year. I think I was about maybe around 17, 18 at the time. And oh no, it could be older, sorry. It could be older. And then, so basically, when I was with him, I met him at work. And I thought he was really dorky, and like we fit, and like the work used to tukso us and say that he had a crush on me and stuff like that. So eventually I went out with him, right? So he's that typical like dorky, like, okay, long story short, these guys where at first they're like clickbait. they reel you in. They're like really dorky and really like adorable at first, and then it turns out that they're legit psychopath. And I mean that, I can't even mean that well, but he was definitely like borderline psychopath, because I remember he made a story about he had a brother, and he lost his, so he said that he had a brother and a sister, right? Or two sisters and a brother. But the brother passed away. And his brother passed away in a very dramatic way. Apparently, may one time they were out in like an off license, apparently. And then as soon as they got out of the shop, like a gang basically went up to them, shot his brother or stabbed his brother, I can't remember. And then it was just like really chaotic, really dramatic how he explained it. He was even crying, and then I was like really believing it. And then he said like he had to like cradle his brother, and they were on the floor, and he was like proper crying, and his brother, basically his brother died in his arms, right? So that's the story. And then he told me like once a month he because he used to disappear, like, and he'd go to like somewhere in Harlow, right? He'd go somewhere, and then he wouldn't tell me where he was going. And then eventually he told me, so I'm visiting the grave of my brother, right? So I'm visiting the grave of my brother. And that's why I don't, I haven't been saying anything, because something really private, la la la. And it's my time with him, la la la. So I understood, right? But after a while, I got really suspicious, because I'm like, hey, like, I want to go there with you. And like, we've been together for almost a year, you know what I mean? Like, kind of want to just know. Where was I again? had to edit something. Oh yeah, so his brother died, and then obviously we've been together for a year, and you know, like yeah, I wanted to visit the grave, right? I just wanted to like be with him. Like I wanted to be there with him, to support him. It's his brother. So I started asking like, where's the grave? Like we can bring some flowers, la la la. And he keeps avoiding it, right? Keeps avoiding it. To a point where I think from my memory, I think I followed him, or I kind of went somewhere, because I asked him for his location and stuff. You know, it was getting a bit sus. I don't know if he's telling the truth or not. And then so I ended up just going to his friend's house, and he said like he's already been, and he's just chilling with his friend, and he's gonna stay over and play games. And I was like, okay, like that's no problem with me. You know what I mean? Like you can just say that, like you don't have to hide stuff from each other. And then anyway, so it just gets really, really like weird after a while, like during the relationship. So I started asking his family about the brother, right? Of what really happened. And like he just seems so broken about it. So I just really needed to know, and he doesn't want to open up. And obviously I take relationships quite seriously, and I put my all in. So I'm doing my like private investigation, you know what I mean? Like making sure that a person's happy. So anyway, spoke to the sister, and then turns out there's no brother. Can you believe that? There's no brother. It was all fake. There's no grave. I think he was just going to his friend's house to play PlayStation without telling me. It was legit, like legit just that. He made up this whole fake story of his brother, and this is like a part of our conversations. So this went on for like the whole relationship of this fictional brother existing. The whole relationship. And then it even got really, really bad. I mean, I can't remember why he got so abusive. Like, I remember there was a time where we could be arguing, and he wouldn't physically... Oh, yeah, he physically assaulted me one time. But most of the time, he wouldn't physically hit me. But it's more the threats and the scare. Like, there was one time he was outside our house, outside my window, and he was texting me saying that he was obviously where he was. And then he was holding a knife. And then there was another time, also with a knife. He was outside the front door, and he was asking for me. And he said to me by text that he had a knife, and if I didn't come to the front door, that he would stab my parents. And then there was another time that he got so angry with me, and I was in the car. And I remember we were arguing. We might be like a breakup conflict moment. And then he grabbed me on my shoulder here, or it might he just grabbed me. And then he got so close to my face. And then he said something along the lines of, if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm gonna bite your nose off. And I was like scared, but also, what the fuck? So I had to deal with that. That was some bullshit. And guess what? Guess who saved me from that relationship? Charlie. Okay, what's my next? headache so bad. So yeah, so I got with Charlie after that. And they actually spoke to each other, and it was because I think basically, long story short, there was something about the Xbox or PlayStation, I can't remember, and my account was still connected with the guy, and I was now with Charlie, something like that, right? So there was a bit of tapping into each other's accounts with the profiles. So anyway, so he tries to start drama with me, and then basically, long story short, Charlie just shuts him down via phone call and told him, if you ever contact Sarah, come near Sarah, ever do anything to her, you'll have to deal with me. And ever since then, I've been with Charlie. Oh, another fun fact about this beautiful Kwentuhan episode. So, there was one time, same guy. So, I go running to my parents about this dude, right? That he's really abusive, and I legit tell my parents that he's hit me. Like, he's physically abused me. He is hitting me. He's not good for me, right? And I remember someone saying that they knew. That's it. That's all she wrote. They knew. Okay. Interesting. Did nothing? Okay. Okay. Interesting. Right? Pero I digress. As per usual. So, now, right. So now, yeah, I just thought I'd tell you guys a story. Maybe it will help me if I can slowly adjust to my new normal of opening up. I'll be honest with you guys, it's definitely very difficult to open up. I have been suffering with my anxiety, but I need to go through the anxiety to get over it. I think that's the best way. So, as long as I'm being true to myself, and I'm not making shit up, and I just keep moving forward, making sure that I am healthy, that's all that matters, right? So hopefully everyone else gives me the same peace.